Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me because this is the first time I've done this video. I have never done a Sephora VIB sale recommendation video, so it may be all over the place, I don't know, but I got on my pajamas, so go ahead and get yours, get yourself a little snack. I have this Enlightened Keto Collection mint chocolate chip ice cream bar. Okay, so I really love mint chocolate chip ice cream, but not the white kind. It has to be green. And this was so good. And they're low carb because y'all know I'm on a low carb situation. If you want to see what I would recommend for VIB and what's on my wish list, which keep on watching this video, let me know what you think. Are you shopping the sale? Do we need to shop the sale? I'm having a lot of thoughts. I don't know. But if makeup is your therapy, it's your love, it makes you happy, along with other things, and you especially love eyeshadow, consider joining the community because I would love to have you back. All right, let's get started. Here's the thing with VIB. First of all, let me tell y'all when it starts. Hold on. So it's looking like the sale is from November 5th, which is Friday, to November 15th. I don't even know if y'all interested in this type of thing for me, but I do shop at Sephora. I do shop a lot of indie, and my skincare is a mix of drugstore and Sephora. So I don't know, I feel like it might be worth it. The thing with the Sephora sale is that, you know, they have these levels. So if you're Rouge, you get the 20% off. And then, you know, if you're not Rouge, there's 15% off and 10% off. If I'm not getting the whole 20% off, I probably would not shop the sale at all, to be honest. And then the other thing is that with Black Friday coming up, a lot of individual brand websites have their own great sales. So the only reason to shop the Sephora sale is if you're getting 20% off of a brand that, one, doesn't have sales on their website, or two, i.e. Mama Pat, the things that you may want, she may not have on sale. So she just had the 30% off sale, but if you wanted the Celestial Odyssey palette, which I'll get to, you weren't gonna get that for 30% off. You weren't gonna get that for any percent off. So the Sephora sale is going to be the place to get it. But with a lot of other brands, I don't know. Is 20% good enough? I mean, I have to think about, is this good enough? I don't know. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I'm going to get some stuff. Let me tell you what I have on my face, which is not too much because I don't really talk too much about, you know, nighttime routine situations. So on my face, I put on my Innisfree Firming Energy Essence with fermented soybean. Now, I did purchase this at the Spring VIB. I've used it a lot. This is how much I have left. Not sure if I'm gonna replace this at the sale, but I do like this a lot. Now, hint, hint, they have a lot of Innisfree at TJ Maxx. Just saying. Maybe not this exact product, but I have bought some Innisfree from TJ Maxx. I also have this Dr. Brandt Triple Peptide Eye Cream. I do know they have this at Sephora as well. This is almost out. Now, I don't have a lot of issues. If you can tell, like, my skin is pretty clear. I do get some acne on my chin, but I think it's normal. It's not really dry or oily. So I can't recommend this at this time because I feel like my under eyes are okay, but maybe this is preventing them from getting worse because Lord knows my sleep is a mess and I feel a mess a lot of times, but I feel like I look okay. So maybe this is working. Just saying. Now, usually at night, I also put on my, what brand is that? Laneige sleeping mask. It's in a blue container. They do sell that at Sephora. However, that was at TJ Maxx for $19.99. So I can't recommend that either. That sleeping mask is really nice. I feel like it makes your face super soft. It's just really nice. And the other nighttime sleeping mask I had before the Laneige is the Youth to the People the Dream mask. That was nice as well, and I ran out. Now, since I don't have that mask anymore, I'm just using things that I somehow have accumulated in my collection, be it from BoxyCharm or whatever. So I'm using what I have. Now, I know Murad is a really good brand. This is an overnight moisturizer. It is the City Skin Detox Moisturizer. So I did put this on, and I will be using this for the foreseeable future. Oh, the last thing I have on my face is the Kaleidos Apple Glaze Lip Mask. Now, I sleep with this on pretty much every night, but before I was using these, I was using the Milk Melatonin Lip Mask. I actually have a backup that I purchased at the last Sephora sale that I didn't open because I got that Kaleidos Flower Punk collection, and now I have all these lip masks, so I'm gonna save that. But I do recommend that melatonin lip mask. I told y'all this video was gonna be all over the place, so please bear with me because I am really trying, but I really wanted to do this video. Just so y'all know, the boys are asleep for now because they usually get up. All right, I got my little notes here, and I really want to try to have this organized. So let's officially get into the situation. Let's talk about cleansers. Now, I usually like the Biore cleansers, but when I'm not using that, I'm always using my Milk Vegan Cleanser, Vegan Milk Cleanser. I love this stuff. As you can see, I probably need to get another one of these. Now, I'm not a big fan of heavily scented items, and this has such a light milky scent. It's creamy. I love the way that this makes my face feel. I feel like it's hydrating, and I really recommend this cleanser, especially if you have sensitive skin. Now, the other cleanser I would recommend if you want something gentle is the cleanser by Youth to the People. Can I just say YTP? Because it's like Youth to the People. It's just a lot. Like, every time I try to say that, I have a really challenging time. Their cleanser is really nice as well. It is very gentle. The scent is light, and I really like both of those cleansers, so wanted to mention those. I mean, pretty much anything in the Youth to the People YTP line I've not had an issue with. It's just I've accumulated so many skincare things from different brands, especially through BoxyCharm and samples. I'm not repurchasing a whole lot of full items unless I'm like totally in love. I told you about the Innisfree soybean firming essence. I do like that one. Prior to that one, I had the Tatcha essence, the one in the white bottle. I like that, and it's like a plumping essence. I feel like the Innisfree one leaves my face like soft and plump. I don't know, like with the price difference, is the Tatcha one more worth it than the Innisfree? So I'm gonna go with this for recommendation for now. As for toners, there's only one toner that I have. I do not use it consistently. This is also by YTP. I'm not sure if a lot of people will like this toner. I like it because I feel like I know when it's working. It gets really sticky. I put the toner on, and then like when I was using that like Dream Hydrating Mask by the same brand, I will put this over top because you might not like that sticky feel. I feel like a lot of the skincare that I use is more of a preventative measure than trying to correct. And I'm just being honest, but that could change. Like, my skin has changed. Another product that I have that has made a difference in the scarring on my chin is by The Ordinary. Now, this is the first product that I have tried. I may try a couple more items. We'll see. This brand is so affordable, but I have noticed a huge difference. And I'm sure you can probably still see some blemishes. I have only been using this maybe for a month, but I just feel like this has really cleared it up, and at the price point, you can't beat it. I didn't even tell you what it is. So here is the bottle here, and it is the niacinamide and zinc formulation. Highly recommend this. Yes, I did mention the Triple Peptide Eye Cream by Dr. Brandt. Again, I'm almost out of this. I do have some other eye creams, like I have one by Pharmacy that I'm going to be trying next, but I just know it's more of a preventative measure than trying to correct any issues. So if you're looking for an eye cream, I don't want to be like, ooh, get this one. You know what I mean? But this is what I have been using. I am almost done with skincare. Oh, 2 items I would recommend. Now, these are by Drunk Elephant. First 2 items I've ever tried by Drunk Elephant. It is expensive. They do have a set with the 2 of these in a mini version, so you don't have to buy the full size. The first one is the D-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. I'm a huge fan of anything that makes you look bronzy, dewy, and rosy. And both of these do that. These are the bronzy drops here. The way that I use these is I usually tap this in with my foundation. It just gives you like a nice dewy glow. And I love mixing it with my foundation or tinted moisturizer, whatever it is I'm using at that time. The O Blues Rosy Drops, they do the same type of thing. It gives you a rosy wash of color versus a bronzy wash of color. And this is what it looks like. Now, I kind of wish they had, a variety of the shades. And here's what it looks like. I just love dewy skin. And I just think it looks really nice. It's not like super, super potent. It does give you like just that nice, like that healthy glow, So I do recommend both of those. Ooh, yes, y'all, these are great. Now, the last item for skincare that I would recommend, the single version of this is out of stock, so I might have to get it in a set. This is the Silken Pore Perfecting Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 35 by Tatcha. I purchased this in the spring VIB sale. I have a good amount left, but I do use this every day because I was not using a dedicated sunscreen. Do not judge me. I thought it was okay to have sunscreen in your foundation and that would be enough, but I am learning, and I know that you have to have a separate sunscreen, or maybe you should have a separate sunscreen. It does smell like sunscreen, but it's not super harsh. It does not leave a white cast, and it does not pill. My makeup looks great over top of this. I don't feel like the sunscreen alters it at all. It is pricey. I believe this is like $60, but at the same time, I do feel like a little bit goes a long way. Now, when I'm doing my makeup for videos and I'm not going anywhere, I will not waste this if I'm not leaving the house. But when you see me do my makeup for work, I have this on probably 99% of the time. There's a set right now at Sephora that's in stock, and it's a full size of this primer with, I think, that vitamin C glow situation. Now, I might get that. It's 80 bucks. It's probably worth it with the 20% off. But this is out of stock right now, and hopefully it will come back. Now, that's it for skincare that I recommend. Let me look at my wish list and see if there's any skincare that I want to try. Oh, one other thing I forgot was the First Aid Beauty Fab Pharma BHA Acne Spot Treatment Gel. I really do like that for spot treatment, just to put on the acne when I get it on my chin. I did run out of that. I have not replaced it yet because I was waiting. I'm gonna move on to another category, an expensive category, which is perfume. Now, let me just say this. I got really spoiled because if y'all watch All Feisty, she went ahead and sent some samples to me a while back, and I have just been really spoiled with certain fragrances, and it's her fault. I will say that. She sent me Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. That's my #1 scent, y'all. Oh my god. Yachty and Dr. Ash sent me this full size, and then my mom gave me the aerosol, and then Al Feisty sent me the travel one. it's just, if you like that tobacco, I don't know how to explain it. I also have the alt version, which is called Nicotiana. It smells close, but no cigar. Now, I have a ton of this left, and I'm so new to fragrances. So my birthday was in February. It is October, and I really haven't even put a dent in this, and I wear this so often. Needless to say, I'm saying all this foolishness about Tom Ford and all Feisty sending me stuff because she sent me Bitter Peach. She sent me this Tobacco Vanille. And then she also sent me the Wonder Woman by House of Sillage. So now, because I have the knockoff Lost Cherry, I really want the Tom Ford Cherry. What is it called? Lost Cherry. What am I talking about? I have the alt version. It's called Cherry Smash, but I need Lost Cherry. I need Lost Cherry, and I know I already like Bitter Peach because I have the peach, the alt peach one too, and it's just not the same. They're on my wish list, but I feel like they're also in my cart at the same time. That's where we are. That's where we are. Now, the other thing that Sephora does have that I did give my mom last year is they have that perfume set. And the cool thing about the perfume set is that you can try a bunch of different ones. Once you use them, or you figure out what you want to do, which one you like, you can turn the voucher in for, I don't know if it's a full size, but a larger size of the perfume of your choice. They have the same thing for cologne, which I definitely think I am going to get for my friend. I'm going to get that. He's probably watching this video, and that's okay. But I'm going to get that because he likes different colognes. So I think those are really good values because these perfumes are really expensive. And the thing about it is I don't really like a lot of perfumes at all. The only ones I like are the ones that I mentioned. And so I feel like I don't need to play around with these sampler sets. Not me. I don't need to do that. Let's get into the makeup, you guys. Now, a lot of this makeup is like part of my base because y'all know I really focus on eyeshadow palettes, but I do like a lot of other things too. So let's just go ahead and talk about those items. Now, as far as foundation, I have kind of backed away from foundation and have been going with the tinted moisturizer situation. And I really have been loving it. Let's first talk about the one foundation that I would highly recommend if you're looking for a foundation, and that is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Matte Foundation Stick. There is no scent to this, and if you know Huda Beauty, her products have had, especially like the foundations, where I never bought it before, it's just way too strong. I still have a good amount. This is how much I have left. Now, I wear the shade Baklava. I don't know what to tell you about this, but it's creamy. It melts into your skin. It just gives you a very natural finish. Let me see. Like, it perfectly, even with my fingers, just matches in. It gives you like a medium coverage that is buildable. It's not heavy. You don't feel it. It is perfect. And I just love this foundation so much. Now, also on the Huda Beauty kick, this is what I've been wearing pretty much every single day. I've already put a dent in this, and I think I may have had it for 2 weeks. This is the Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint. Now, some of you I know are matte girls, like you love that matte finish, but that's just not me. The dewier, the better. And this does it for me. I love to mix this with my Drunk Elephant products, and I just think that the combination is just fantastic. I really do. It comes in a pump. I just feel like the matchup is great. No smell on this either. I had to double check, like I didn't know. Honestly, this is what I have been wearing, and I absolutely love it. I am going to talk a little bit about primers. I've got the RMS Beauty Evolve Radiance Locking Hydrating Primer. It seems like the reviews are really, really nice on this one. Well, first of all, it's got a radiant finish. It's got hyaluronic acid. It's got something called Titanol, which I guess is a combination of something that is supposed to firm, tone, and smooth. And it also has vegetable squalene, which balances the oil production while tightening the look of the skin. I'm not sure if I need this. It is $40. It doesn't have SPF in it, but I'm curious about it. However, given that I just found out that Melt collection is $450, I'm going to take this off. I have a lot of primers that I really like, especially like my NYX primers, those glowy primers. You know what? I don't need this. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this at this time, but I would maybe in the future enjoy trying that. I do like the Tatcha liquid silk canvas as well, but I'm stuck on the one with the sunscreen in it. See, this is why this is good for me, because I'm gonna go ahead and remove this from my situation. I gotta get myself together. Now, along the same lines with the tinted moisturizer by Glowish, I'm very intrigued by the Tower 28 Sunny Days SPF tinted sunscreen foundation. I am definitely curious about that more than anything. That's a high possibility that I would try that. There's also another one by the brand Saie. Well, S-A-I-E. I'm going to say it's Saie because AI makes the long A sound. It might not be, but they have a slip tint dewy tinted moisturizer with SPF 35 sunscreen. Both of those really interest me because I'm just loving tinted moisturizers right now. I don't think I'll get them both because I don't need them both, but those are possibilities. Concealer. I got one concealer. That's the Pat McGrath concealer. I'm mad because I do need a backup and she decided to end that 30% off without telling anybody. So I might have to grab one. I do have two of them, but they're both pretty much done. Only concealer I use, I'm at the point where it's like, I don't really want to get concealers just to try out concealers because this one is great. That's the only one I would go for. So that's that. Now, setting powders. I've got two setting powders that I always use. Here we've got the Tatcha Radiant Translucent Setting Powder. Highly recommend this. There is so much powder in here. Like, I was looking today, I think you can see it here. There is so much in here and you don't need a whole lot. I got this in the spring and it has this, and I don't want to spill it, but it has this little piece in the middle where the powder comes out. This one and the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder, I have the shade medium 2 in that one. They are both so good. And the only thing that determines the difference of which powder I use in the morning or whenever I do my makeup is like, do I want to deal with the loose powder or do I want to just go with the pressed powder? I have really hit pan in that Charlotte Tilbury one, and I wouldn't even be able to show it to you because the outline now has separated from the pan, so it would just crack. I definitely need to get a replacement of the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm going to do that for sure. They do have it in a mini size as well if you don't want to take the plunge on the full version. That one and the Tatcha one are so great. There's nothing else for me to recommend as far as setting powders. They're so good. Let's go to bronzer. So now we're starting to really get into the makeup. The newest bronzer that I have tried is the Glowish bronzer by Huda Beauty. I have the shade Deep Tan. Now, Deep Tan is very warm, and you can see there's some red tones in here. So if you don't like those reddish type tones, I would go with the shade prior to this one. I can't remember which one that is, but this just melts into your skin. It is matte, but it's really nice. I think it's a great combo with the skin tint. I like this a lot. As far as other bronzers, if you're feeling fancy smancy, the only one I will go with is the Gucci bronzer. It is just a very luxe situation. This does have a scent, but it's a scent that I can tolerate. It kind of smells like rose. It's a really nice bronzer. Now this is shade 3, and to me this is a really nice neutrally bronzer for me, but I also have shade 4, which is tan, and that one is reddish and warm. So it just depends on what kind of look I'm going for. If you're into the experience, this is gonna give you just that. And then once you lift it up, there is the little bronzing brush that I still have in the plastic. Definitely didn't need to buy 2 bronzers. They really go a long way, but they are 2 different shades. So I'm still happy to have these. I would highly recommend this if you are into luxury makeup or the luxury experience. The Gucci bronzer is not going on sale. So if you're interested in the Gucci bronzer, this is gonna be the only time that you're gonna be able to get this on sale, because I don't see Gucci having sales. Because you know they too bougie, they're not having no sales. Let's move on. Oh, but let's talk about blushes. If you're interested in blush, the Patrick Ta Major Headlines Blush Palette. I've been back and forth about getting it, and Sephora has been back and forth about having it in stock. The reason that I've been back and forth is because I have 2 really bright blushes from Wayne Goss, and I love them. The 2 blushes from Patrick Ta, they seem really bright like that, really vibrant. I was really interested in the 3rd blush, which is almost like one of those brownie blushes. And I got a blush like that from ColourPop that I really like, 2 of them actually. So that color stood out to me. And Patrick Ta does have his single blushes, but that deep shade, which is a different shade than the one in this palette, is not available. It's not in stock. This is on my list. I'm definitely thinking about it. Currently, I do have one of his blushes that I really like. Let me grab it. The blush that I have is Do We Know Her? So Do We Know Her is that corally shade. It is really nice, and when I use this, I do the cream first and then the powder. I know he suggested the opposite, but that's how I do it, and I think it's really pretty. The colors in the blush palette, I think that on me, I would have to be really light-handed, but on someone deeper than me, I just see those blushes really popping and looking really nice. And I think that the value is probably good, because I think these were like 30. So you're getting the 3 for 58. I'm not sure about the size or the grams or all of that. If you were looking to try the Patrick Ta blushes, I think that blush palette is the way to go. I do have that on my wish list for blush. Now, let's see. I talked about the Huda blushes. Ooh, there's a couple other blushes. The Pat McGrath blushes. She does have her single blushes, but if I were you and I didn't have the amount of single blushes that I have from the Divine Blush collection, I will go with one of the blush trios. There's 2 of them. The trios come with 2 blushes and a highlighter. There's a lighter version and a deeper version. I would just look at the color stories that you like, and I would grab one of those. Those blush trios are not on sale on the Pat McGrath website, so you want to go ahead and grab it, because if you want it, I don't know when she would have those on sale. And it's actually called the Divine Blush and Glow Trio. Yeah, so there's Amber Allure and there's Galactic Sun, and each of them come with a highlighter as well. They're $52, and then you would get the 20% off. I think that's a pretty good deal. Okay, I have 2 more blushes that I would recommend. They're by Melt. These blushes right here, if you like shimmer blushes or blush lights, these are great. So Queen Bee, this is like that bronzy golden shimmer highlight. It is really, really pretty. It's very warm. My go-to is usually Raw Honey. I can usually pair this with any look that I'm gonna do, and it looks great. And I usually just go across both shades, but you don't have to do that. Buzzkill probably looks the best on me, and this is like that coral color. They just really have a nice sheen to them. If you don't like shiny blushes, you can go ahead and pass on these. Now, I also had the privilege of purchasing the cream blushes, And these are also very nice as well. They're a little smaller than the powder blushes. This is the shade Sandy Cheeks. I always just think these look really nice. They're creamy, they blend in really well, and I just love the way cream products look on the skin. Even when you set them like with a powder, they still just really look nice. And that's Sandy Cheeks. I think there are about 10 shades, and I'm not sure which ones Sephora gets. That is it for blush. I don't have much that I want for lipstick. Now, the first lipstick that's on my list is the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Lipstick. It is $25. There is a shade called Amanda, and it's a deep plum. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that shade, but there are so many beautiful shades in his lineup. I just would like to try one, just have some knowledge about the lipstick and how it feels, and if I like it. The other lipstick that I really want, and this has been in my cart for a minute for whatever reason, it is the I Need a Nude lipstick color in Amorosa. That is just my type of pink, my type of nudes. I have 3 other lipsticks by Natasha Denona that are like nudes, and I really like them. So I might get this, I might not. I may have to make some concessions with this Melt collection coming out. Eyeshadow primers, I'm really cool with what I've been using. My Urban Decay Primer Potion, my Glam Light Icing, but there is the Rare Beauty Weightless Eyeshadow Primer. I was kind of interested in that, as well as the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Heard some good things. There is one by NARS, but eyeshadow primers are not my priority right now. I don't know. I almost is like, whatever, You know what? Remove. We don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Let's talk about setting spray. I'm definitely trying the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray. I'm trying that for sure. I just keep hearing about it, and I'm just like, maybe I should go ahead and try this one. I got like some miscellaneous things. There's the 8 Greens dietary gummies. I really like those, like for the nutrition component. They're great. Let's get into eyeshadow palettes. Now, we're very close to the end of the video because I don't have a lot to recommend. Between me and the indie shadows and the eyeshadow singles, and then brands having their own sales, you might be able to get a better price waiting until Black Friday. The exception for me is the Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey palette. It's not on sale on her site. You wouldn't be able to take the 30% off. So this is the one to get. My experience is that Sephora will get things in stock, and then it'll go out, and then it'll come back. That's how I ended up getting Gemini by Melt Cosmetics. If you can find that, I would get it. But the very last day of the Sephora sale, something told me, let me just get on here and check. And lo and behold, Gemini was there. So Celestial Odyssey is so beautiful. I mean, I just feel like this could be an everyday palette. Pat McGrath has really, really high quality eyeshadows. This is just a more neutral color scheme. I would highly consider this. I just think this would be the one to get. It still gives you that luxe feel. If you want a mothership, that's fine. But it's just that Sephora only gives us that 20%, and she does like 30. So I wouldn't get any of that stuff from Sephora unless it was something that you needed. Like, I really probably need to get my concealer. But otherwise, I'd wait. I missed that sale. I'm so mad with the 30% off. But these are some great shades. $79, and then the 20% off, I think really makes this totally worth it. I think it's worth it at the $79. Now, I do want y'all to know I could recommend tons and tons of eyeshadow palettes, but I think that we all have different tastes. We all have color stories that we like. But the other thing is that, like, if I said, hey, this Natasha Denona palette is great. Natasha Denona has a sale that's, I believe, pretty good. So it's like, I don't know if I would jump to get certain things during the VIB sale. Now, there were some Natasha Denona palettes that were on sale where you would get the 20% off an additional, and I think those are a good value. And I believe it was the Love palette and the Sunrise palette. Now, that's out of stock right now, but I would, keep my eye on that. If you like the Sunrise palette and it's $32.50. I think that $32.50 is a steal. Now the Love palette is in stock, so $32.50 plus the 20% off is going to be really great. The other eyeshadow palette I have to recommend is by Melt Cosmetics. I think you all may have seen me talking about this. This is the 27 palette. It is just gorgeous. It just reminds me of fall leaves. You've got a warm side and a cool side. So you can see this side is pretty warm, and then this one leans a little bit cooler. I think this is a great palette, you guys. Melt has their own sales. Not sure how much percent, you know, is gonna be taken off, but this is a really good palette. I just wanted to mention that. My original plan was to get retro, possibly during VIB. I wasn't over the moon about the palette, but I really like this palette. I've used it a few times already, and it is just the perfect mix of love and glam. It is like a toned down love palette that gives you a little bit of the glam palette mix. It's not a color story I need as much as I love like the cranberry tones. These type of mattes that are in this palette, it makes the makeup really fun to put on. The blending is great. Like, you don't have to be an expert. And the last palette that I have on my list is this one here. I watched some reviews. Patty Alonso, might have been her, and I was like, oh no, I am getting this. So beautiful. I don't think I said the name. The Norvina 5 palette, ABH Norvina. The purples in here are so great. Don't get me wrong, we could have edited this down because with a couple of the mattes, you can't see too much of a difference. Every single time I have used this palette, I have been thrilled with the looks that I've been able to create. I love how you can do some neutral stuff here. You've got the purple. You even have a pressed glitter, which I'm not gonna use, but it is a nice palette. I try to stay away from these huge palettes, but the Norvina ones are a bit of an exception at this point for me. Let's see if there's anything else on my list that I forgot, because I'm done. I'm done with the eyeshadow palette, surprisingly. I think I'm good. I think I am good with the list. Let's just call it a night, y'all. So I wanna say thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had a lot of fun thinking about, you know, what I'm interested in getting. It kind of helped me to look at my cart and see, like, is this what I really want? Do I even need this? And I know we need none of it, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to minimize here. But again, I really enjoyed this video, and I do hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions about anything or any of the products that I mentioned, please go ahead and reach out to me in the comment section or on Instagram. And I would say, if you're shopping the sale, happy shopping. Don't feel like you have to shop it. Don't feel like you have to get all new stuff. All right, y'all, I'm about to clean off my bed so I can go to bed. I do hope this video was therapy for you, because it was for me. Let me know what you think about everything. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. Good night. And I will see y'all really soon. Bye.